Hello everyone, my name is Josephine with student ID number 2201 80 90 and 52, majoring in International Relations at Windows University. After taking the International Political Economy of Multinational Corporation course with various interesting materials, in the future I will be interested in taking a thesis related to multinational corporations that I will explaining about how intellectual property rights affect the economic strength of a multinational corporation. This course encouraged me to go directly to take some jobs in multinational corporation to see how the political economy system actually influence their economic integration or economic strategy, with internships or work at one of the largest e-commerce based multinational corporations in Indonesia, such as Gojek, Shopee, Tokopedia, or etc. Multinational corporations influence global economics and politics in 5 pathways. They are: the first is influence pathways in their own rights. With the strength of their capital and with the influence of their investors, in the interest of increasing their competitiveness, they are always looking for goals from regulations either from the global, regional, or national level in their interest, which are in accordance with their interests. So, they always want to gain free market access and regulate the existing regulations in the market. This encourages the emergence of power owned by multinational corporations. The strength of multinational corporations is not only the headquarters but in the branch as well. The second is influence pathways and states. 80% of multinational corporations sell more than their home country. So, it can affect the percentage of politics between countries and multinational corporations by a large percentage. And the third is influence pathways and intergovernmental organization. Multinational corporations this time affect the aspect of product standardization. What makes it even more complex is that standardization at the subnational field level has been relaxed because the subnational are not yet strong and they make agreement with multinational corporations who are in that location with local governments and political players. The fourth is influence pathways and the business community. Multinational corporations are currently influencing the most through organizational associations, and globally, it is business associations, not the state institutions. Standardizations that make are actors from business actors. The multinational corporations will recruit workers, then the workers are developed, given positions, then distributed to join associations representing the interests of multinational corporations. And this has a very large influence. Globally, they represent the interests of global business. They coordinate with each other's elite from their respective countries. And the last is influence pathways and civil society. Many multinational corporations influence the choice or preference of the presidents, government, and district heads. With the 5 pathways of multinational corporations influence global economics and politics, we can analyze in Susan Strange's theory. Relational power is an ability that is actively open and can build relationship with the world around, where multinational corporations have the capacity to create their own branding from relationship with countries, and they can maintain their international relations. An example is Samsung and Apple cooperate on Apple Music content distribution. Structural power is how multinational corporations can influence countries with various actors so that multinational corporations are considered to dominate and hegemony other MNC. And they have production power over certain products and control the production of raw materials, capital, and international markets. Examples are 6 communication companies and the United Nations work together to run the global campaign against poverty. There are 4 sources or structural power, namely, the first is security. Security is the power to provide protection from external or internal threats. Second is production. Production is the power to decide what will be produced, by whom, in what way, and with the combination of labor, capital, and technology. The third is finance. Finance is have the power to create and build high financial opportunities. And the last is knowledge. Knowledge is to realize the truth. There must be a party who controls the formation of the structure of knowledge. The ability to develop or acquire and deny others access to the form of knowledge that others seek. Market actors are actors who greatly influence commercial activities, which will later affect the profit and loss performance of a company. Examples are international competitors, company suppliers, employees who work for the company, and workers employed by the company. Non-market actors are actors who influence politics and society, especially in the interaction of multinational corporations with government and society. Multi-domestic theory is how companies make their companies a profit center, with the aim of companies spread across region must contribute to profit so that the KPI is achieved. Meganational theory is how multinational corporations see the world as a market, which is considered as a single market. Transnational theory is how multinational corporations only make regulatory platforms and so on, but only people from the host country run it. So, the instructions are not from the center anymore, move according to their interests with local strengths, and they must be able to coordinate. And the biggest investment is human resource. So, transnational only create or predict how their local future interests will be. However, it is not necessarily the society in the country that accept the platform, so there is a need for business diplomacy carried out by non-commercial people who, like us, can assess the aspect naturally. Diamond theory is described as a diagram in the form of 4 diamond points, where 4 points represent 4 factors that are interrelated with one another. Diamond theory was created to help understand the competitive advantage of a country or a group, so as to improve the positions of countries and groups in a globally competitive economic environment. The 4 determinants of national comparative economic advantage are: first is firm strategy, structure, and rivalry. It contains removing barriers to local competition, government department organized in a group, attract foreign investment into companies, and promoting export around companies. Second is demand condition. It contains great efficient pro-innovation regulatory standard that affect groups, sponsors independent quality rating agencies for goods and service companies, and act as a buyer of complex corporate goods and service. The third is factor conditions, and it contains create specialized education and training, establish university research in the related technology companies, support group-specific information collection, and the last is enhance specialized infrastructure. And the last is related and supporting industries. It contains support forums for participation in a group, encourage the company's effort to attract foreign suppliers, and establish a free trade zone company-oriented. Presence of Michael Porter Diamond's theory order, which is seen as competitive by countries, which is aimed at one state donor or state financial institutions to provide funds to state. There are 3 principles. The first is profit center. Profit center is often a branch in other countries by providing everything, but they have to create profit to return 50% of capital to the center. Second is export center, is control production to be more productive and efficient. And the last is revenue center. Revenue center is the product center delivers goods to the host country by providing goods, and there must be a sales target in a month. The central company only controls the achievement of the host country. about the international political economy of multinational corporation is, in the term of presentation, the material was very clear and the lecture explained in the detail so that it could be easily understood. The assignment given are well structured so that we can organize each subchapter of materials that can be studied again in the future. The lectures are also quite good at giving scores to the student. Hope for improving this course is, I hope to understand more about the multinational corporations theories that exist in this course by understanding more deeply and being able to find out other examples of these theories, so that in the future they can be used again in compiling a journal or some thesis. That's all from me. Thank you.